Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, get ready for an entertainment explosion. Get ready for an avalanche of awesomeness. Get ready to go live with your boy. Here he is, Hoodie Jube. And make sure you hit the subscribe button for your chance to win tickets to a live New Orleans Saints football game.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Hoodie Jube, back with another live podcast. And if y'all don't know, y'all will know, there's no YouTube without your boy, Hoodie Jube. Hey, who that nation? I know today wasn't a good one, y'all. I know we got the L against the Falcons. We didn't get that W. But on the bright side, y'all, everybody, I think, did their jobs besides the receivers, mainly. You know, receivers didn't do that good. But let me start off the show like I always do, thanking Mr. Dynamite for this sick intro. And there's no better way to start off the show than hitting that again for him, right? Hit the intro again for him, Jube.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, get ready for an entertainment explosion. Get ready for an avalanche of awesomeness. Get ready to go live with your boy. Here he is, Hoodie Jube. And make sure you hit the subscribe button for your chance to win tickets to a live New Orleans Saints football game.
Alrighty, y'all, who that nation, man. So we're going to have us a little round table tonight talking about the Saints and the Falcons game today. We're also going to talk a little bit about the OBJ since he's especially be able to get picked off of waivers tomorrow. We're going to see how that goes. At the 4 o'clock, it's going to start with the waivers and see if he cleared the waivers or if the Saints, pick him up off of waivers. We're going to see what's going to happen. But let me bring on the first guest of the round table. Everybody knows who this man is. Everybody loves him. Everybody loves him. They call him the freaking G. Let me play the video for him. Yes, y'all know who it is. The OG, the one who's going to bring the subscribers to you, Mr. Jerry. Welcome to the podcast, Jerry.
What's up? What's up? What's up, man? What's happening? What's happening with you?
Nothing much, man. Went to the game with some friends, had a good time. Even though we lost at the same time, Miss Hannah, it was her first time going to the game. It was Madison's first time. And they said they both enjoyed it. They enjoyed the atmosphere. They enjoyed the fans. Everything about it, they said they had fun. But it was a good, comeback in the fourth quarter where the receivers finally decided they wanted to start catching the balls and stuff. And I felt like, to be honest with you, if they would have been catching the ball since, the beginning of the game, I think we didn't have to worry about a fourth quarter comeback. I think we could have won that easily. But with all the drop passes and stuff, it just kind of put us in a hole.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
It is. But before we get into the topic about all this, I got another special guest on here, y'all. And everybody loves this man because he's got his own YouTube channel. Everybody knows him by Mr. Who Dat Davis, the BNG Breakdown. Welcome to the Hoodie Jube Live podcast, man.
What's good, Jube? Finally being able to make it.
Yes, sir. I know you've been busy.
OG, what's good, dog?
Got it, man.
So, let's get on a little topic today about the Falcons and stuff. So, I'm going to start with Mr. Davis over here because he's to my right, and then we got Jerry. So, Mr. Davis, man, what's your thoughts on this Falcons and Saints game? I know we started off slow, and but we tried to finish strong, but we couldn't pull it off.
Key word for me: missed opportunities. I don't know how else I can say it. It's just missed opportunities all around, and it shows that this wide receiving group, this pass catching group, it definitely needs a true number one receiver to take off heat, to take off the best defender against some of these complementary players. And I say complementary like a Marquez Callaway, a Deontay Harris, a Kenny Stills. Like these are complementary players that needs someone that needs a spearhead. And Traquan Smith isn't the answer. He had like one catch, I think one, maybe two catches. That's not good. Not good at all. Now, that's not bad. It's not bad to be a complimentary player. Sometimes that's just as crucial as being the main guy. But it's obvious that there's complimentary players. Defense had probably its second worst showing today than all season. I think it's the second time the Saints have given up over 350 yards passing to an NFC South quarterback. The first being Tom Brady. Next one being today being Matt Ryan. The secondary for the last 2 weeks now, 2 weeks in a row, I don't know what it is, but they lack communication in the back end. You've left Paulson and Debo on an island against the Falcons' best receiver and Cordero Patterson, and I don't understand why you don't give him safety help over the top when you know they're going to target him in crucial situations. That's bad coaching by Dennis Allen. I don't get it. And overall, the intermediate routes have gassed the Saints more times than probably necessary. Now, there's always a weakness to some type of good defense, whether it be stopping the run or stopping the deep ball. In this case, it's just the intermediate routes, the shallow crosses, like sitting in zones, the deep digs, over the middle of the field. They've left it over because they pinned their ears back trying to get pressure on the quarterback. Dennis Allen has to look at this and understand that he has to find some way to adjust his scheming philosophy. The offensive line has looked subpar. We've given Andrews Pete so much crap, but we've also just underrated how valuable he is on the offensive line. Not just being a pass protector and a run blocker, but just being more athletic than James Hurst is. He is faster. He gets to a spot quicker on a pull. James Hurst can't do that. Sean Payton either has to get James Hurst coached up or put Kevin Throckmorton in there and see what he can do. Because the interior has given up a lot of pressures up the A-gap, a lot of stunts through the A-gaps, and that just can't happen. You're trying to give Trevor Seaman time in the pocket. But the offensive line is supposed to be a strength for the New Orleans Saints, and it's looking like it's going to be their Achilles heel.
Yep. But Mr. Jerry and David, I just got a quick question for you. So this will be my question, and you might can agree with me or not, but this is what confused me today. You seen how good we stopped the run, right? You know our run defense is really good. If you know that our front seven is that damn good at stopping the run, you could probably stop the run with 4 people on the line. Why in the hell don't we run a defense like we did against Tom Brady and everybody else, where we just blitz the 4 people and play more coverage on the field? Because that's how the Falcons beat us, literally over the top today. Why didn't you have more people on the field covering the passing, knowing damn well they're not going to run the ball down our throat because you got too many good people up front? That's the only thing I got confused about. Maybe y'all can answer that. But me, I was just confused why we just didn't play more coverage people like we do against Tom Brady and them, because they got a bunch of weapons. We know the Falcons don't have that many weapons, but where they killed us today was on the passes.
Yeah, that's what killed the defense right there. They weren't doing too much running the ball because they was passing to receivers like left and right.
Yep.
I hate to break this to you, Alan and Aaron, and also shout out to everybody in the chat. But as much as we do not like the Falcons, Lord knows we don't. Those guys came to play. Seriously.
Yep.
Them guys came out and played ball.
I mean, to be honest with you, they did come to play basically the first half compared to us. And then the second half they did pretty good. But that fourth quarter they wasn't ready to play until that last drive, literally, to get down for the winning field goals.
Nope.
So,
Aaron?
I mean, in hindsight, the Saints once again gave the game away. Not that the Falcons won the game, the Saints just lost it. What Trevor Siemian had 5 passes, hit receivers in the hands, and they dropped it. And 3 of those were inside the 20 where you could have come away with some points. The receivers need to be better. The receivers lost this game offensively for the Saints. And there's no excuse for that. You've lost 3 games to NFC conference opponents. And that's going to hurt when you're trying to make a run to clinching a playoff spot. You can't have those. When you have receivers dropping passes like the Saints have over the last 2 weeks, it's going to be problematic. Even if you are good winning games on the road. Now, I don't have us winning the division this year by any stretch of the imagination. That's fine. But once you get into the playoffs, you have to have your identity at some point. You have to have your identity at some point, and I don't see the Saints having their identity yet, and that's a problem. We're halfway through the season now. They have to find it. They have to find it. They have to find it. I can't stress that enough. They have to find it.
yes, definitely we got to find this. And I don't understand, like I said, a lot of these passes, like they have a lot of people trash talking and down in Trevor Siemian, but to me, Trevor Siemian did his job. Like, I was there watching it. Every ball, after they show you the replay too, everything was right there in their hands. They were just dropping it, wasn't holding on to it. And people say, maybe we should put Taysom in to bring in the energy. I'm like, dude, if they would have called it, you would have never said nothing about putting Taysom in, because he put everything right on the money. There's nothing that Trevor Siemian could have did better besides maybe scramble when nothing was open. But I don't understand why everybody's hating on my boy Trevor. I believe in Trevor Siemian. I think he gave us the best shot to win. And knowing that we don't have weapons right now and they can't catch, then might want Taysom in as a receiver / tight end role, because maybe he can catch a little bit better. But hold on, live chat and everybody. We got to add in somebody else on the round table right now. Everybody loves this man because he speaks the knowledge. He will speak the facts to you. Mr. C.T. Crusher. Welcome.
Yo, look. 37% on third down. What's happening? What's good, everybody? What's good? Who that? 3 for 10 on third down, 37%. Not creating longer drives, not creating opportunities. Balls dropped, the wrong type of balls dropped. I'm completely furious tonight. I'm not gonna sugarcoat a fucking thing. Excuse my language tonight. I'm tired of seeing my team play with the mentality of an asshole every week. I don't know what we got. We coming, we going, we don't. The duality is just too much for me. We are very bullshit team sometimes. We believe our own fucking hype sometimes. We need to go out there and play better. We need to put some drives together. We need to stop targeting specific players because we don't personally fucking like them. Instead of looking at the whole team as a whole and seeing how you can help. You know how you help a quarterback that hasn't started for us before? You know how you help him? You fucking grab the ball and complete the fucking pass when he's putting it where it should be. Come on. What are you talking about? What are we talking about tonight? You don't get mad at the quarterback for throwing a good pass. You help him out. You fucking help him. Good day. How y'all doing tonight, bro? Y'all doing all right, bro? Y'all doing good? Everybody all right?
I'm bothered. I'm not even too mad. I can't be too mad.
I feel you.
I mean,
shout out to everybody in the chat.
I mean, just look at what happened today. like think about it like this: the Cowboys got spanked up in their own home stadium, 30-8, to 30-16 to the Denver Broncos. The Raiders just lost to the Giants. The Chiefs barely survived a Green Bay Packers offense led by Jordan Love. The Chargers barely survived the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
The Ravens barely survived
the Vikings. Jesus.
The Bills just lost to the Jaguars, 9-6.
9-6, dude.
They didn't put up a single touchdown today. So
that's pre-World War II, dude. That's like the Great War numbers, dude. That's like fucking field goal posts in 5 yards into the field type of numbers, dude.
Playoff contending teams and a Super Bowl favorite team just lost today on Sunday on week 9. This was the weirdest week for football if you're talking about top contending teams. And the fact that the Saints still found a way to make it a competitive game to only lose by 2 points, 2 points that the Saints could have had if they went for a field goal instead of a 2-point conversion. Now, at the time, I can understand the 2-point conversion attempt. I can understand the 2-point conversion attempt because you don't want to base your decisions on what ifs. The Saints they score a touchdown, they have to get a 2-point conversion to put it within 2 scores. Okay, fine, I can get that. But the second one, look, you don't know for sure because your defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. You had to get the 2-point conversion to put it up by 3. I can understand the decisions. The execution needs better work, but I can understand the decisions that went behind them.
Right.
But the Saints only lost by 2 with a really strong fourth-quarter comeback. I can't be too bad about boys for losing at home, but I'm looking at everybody else around the league, and they've lost much worse than the Saints did. They actually put up a fight. So I'm fine with that. And now they have to get ready to take on the Tennessee Titans next week. And that's why I'm so laser focused on this game right here. Because I won't be watching these receivers. Yeah. AJ Brown and Julio Jones. I'm going to see what they're going to be doing right now against the Los Angeles Rams, who at this point should be rightfully considered the best team in the
NFC best team. And the Cardinals, right? Would you say the Cardinals too? The Cardinals
they're a top team, but they're not the best team. The Rams are definitely the best team this year.
Yeah, no, they are top to bottom. They've been the most consistent, top to bottom, defensively, offensively. They definitely been the best team in the league.
But I'm gonna close out my thoughts with this, and then I'm gonna go because I need to focus on this game and spend time with the family.
The Rams, yeah.
The Saints offense is just one good receiver away from being a consistent offense. That's it. They just need one true number one receiver. And then they'll be fine to make a good stretch. Now, there's talk from Florio head ass talking about Odell Beckham is looking at the Seattle Seahawks. I don't see that. I don't see that. He has went on record to say that.
Let me throw this at you, bro. And CT can back me up on this, and you too, Alan, and everybody in the chat. Sometimes you gotta stop listening to these idiots, these clowns, or as Big Q prefer, these ass clowns, on where OBJ gonna go. Now if he comes to New Orleans, I got no problem with that. But you can't.
Bruh.
Don't worry about them clowns out there, man. We already know what they're capable of. Why you think Big Q always play those stupid clowns on his live stream every time? Because they already know what we're gonna say when he play him. He already know. He already know what I'm gonna get ready to say, and I don't take it lightly.
Oh, and by the way, Juwan Johnson.
This is why we come here. I don't care what Saints stream you go to, whether it's here or whether it's the Sports Coma, State of the Saints podcast, WDN chat line, B&G Breakdown podcast. I don't care where we go. This is way better than watching these clowns on ESPN and Fox Sports 1 and all these other places. This is where we come and talk Saints football. This is what we come to do. And I don't pay attention to those those idiots out there. If they have a mind to speak, let them. I
And
ain't
that,
gonna hear it.
I mean, just to piggy.
I just want to say, Juwan Johnson never should have been inactive in this game. I don't know why they did that. It was stupid. If you're going to go for 2-point conversions, Juwan Johnson would have been your ideal person for that particular game. You missed him down there in the red zone for a reason. It showed today. But
Yeah. Hold on. Hey, say that again. Hey, say that again, Aaron.
I'm saying Juwan Johnson never should have been inactive for this game. I don't know why they decided to put him inactive in the first place, but that was a bad decision.
Okay. My network had tripped out. And I don't know what happened. I didn't hear you. I thought you knew why he was inactive.
No, I didn't know. I still don't know. I say it was a bad decision to make him
DG
inactive.
Kush, I look like I'm hearing a train out there, bro.
Man, I'm headed on that midnight train to Georgia, dude. I'm gonna celebrate with the Falcons, dude.
But Nick Bennett is the biggest handicap to the tight end room.
Don't do that, bro.
It's not even Adam Chalk. I can't be mad at Adam Chalk. He had a below average game, but Nick Bennett is handicapping this tight end room because he's not here.
Yeah.
He needs to be here to make this tight end room even better. And he hasn't.
Yeah.
So it's more so Nick Bennett than Adam Chalk. As bad as the game Chalk has had.
Oh, traveling.
Hold on, guys. Hey.
Hold on, OG. I get it. I'm not going to absolve him. He was god awful for the most part. He did have one solid drive. He had a solid drive in the second half, and he managed to string together some really good catches. All right, whether we like it or not, he's going to be the focal point. He's going to be we're going to need to encourage him to improve in the passing game. And that drive that set up that touchdown is something he can build off of. They're going to need that and then some. Now, Nick Van Net's another story. I think they need to get a tight end more than a wide receiver, but I will not be mad at all if they get OBJ. But that's it. That's all for right now. I really have to go. My family is waiting on me, and the game has started. Hoodie Jube, I appreciate you having me here, man. Always a blast.
Yes, sir. Who that to y'all, man? And this is Mr. B&G Breakdown. This is Mr. Aaron from B&G Breakdown, so make sure y'all go subscribe to this, man, if y'all haven't, y'all. And thanks again, man, for being on here.
Always, guys. Have a good night. Holla at y'all later.
Yes, who that?
All right, take care, bro.
Alrighty, so Mr. Jerry, what's your, final stuff? Because I don't even want to talk about this game anymore after this game, because after this, we're going to talk about, on the next podcast in a few days, we're going to talk about the Tennessee Titans game, coming up.
Well, Aaron, Alan.
You good?
I'm still thinking Aaron's still up in here. Alan, I just want to say, after this game, I thought we had a shot, with a minute left in the fourth quarter, when the Saints came back and won, came back and lead the game 25-24. See, my thing is, I don't know if Aaron discussed it or not, or Crusher or you, but one of the things that killed us in this game was when we tried to go for it like on fourth down, when we had all you had to do was run the football. All you had to do was run the football. And another thing is, after you score a touchdown, just kick the extra point. It's not that hard. Don't try to gamble and do stupid shit out there to try to cost this team the game. Bruh, when you go for if you can't go for the touchdown, just kick the damn field goal. It's not that hard to do. But why you want to score a touchdown and you're gonna try to go for 2 o'clock? Dude, bruh. If it was me, Alan, and the Saints scored a touchdown, they already know the extra point was coming. That's 7 right there. But don't try to go for no damn 2. Save that for later. If you're gonna score and catch passes, I'm talking to you wide receivers out there with New Orleans. If you learn to catch the damn ball, just like everybody else, everything would have been working out fine. But don't try to gamble to try to go for no damn 2 points. Do that later. When you score a touchdown, you make the extra point. It's not that hard to do. It is very not that hard to do. I'm just saying, and that's exactly what killed us in this game, Alan. That's exactly what killed us in this game. Penalties and try to go for 2 instead of try to just kick the extra point and try to get the ball back and try to score on the next possession. I mean that's all I got, man.
Yeah. I feel where you're coming from.
I'm correcting for right and wrong. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying about the 2 points conversion, because I had a friend that was saying that earlier. But I told him, I said, if you look at it from the coaching side, we was down by like 2 possessions. So either way, like if we would have kicked the extra point and we would have got the ball back, for us to tie up the game, we would have had to go for the 2-point conversion anyway. So I guess they was like, let's go for it now. And if not, we still got to get it for the next drive anyway. So I guess that's why they did that. And then maybe they wasn't, it was kind of like a what if, what if our defense gets a stop. So they were probably planning on just trying to score 2 times with the 2-point conversion and win the game. So I think that's what they were looking at, because they were behind already. Now, if we was ahead of the game, then it would have been stupid going for 2, but we were behind already. So that's probably why they went for it.
Talk to me, bruh. You said what you just said right there, bruh. But that's behind us right now. Let's get ready for the next game. Let's just take this loss and learn from it. Maybe they'll get everything back on track for the next couple of games, because Aaron just stated. I mean, we just saw Philadelphia lose to Los Angeles earlier by field goal. So we don't know. So and I'm sorry I didn't come on Saturday night, which y'all think it was a long day on Saturday, but I'm glad I came on tonight. But like I said before, and I discussed this with Big Q and TJ Jones on their channels and WG chat line. I said, with these teams that you got coming up, that the Saints are facing, we don't know which team you're gonna get. I mean, take the Giants for example. We didn't know what to expect out of them, but they came and beat us, and we did the same way with the Carolina Panthers. We didn't know what to expect out of them, and they beat us. And just like today against the Falcons, we did not know which Falcons team you're going to get coming into this game, and we lost by 2 points. We can't take these teams lightly because you never know what they're going to do. And Crusher knows can agree with me on this. You never know which team that the Saints are facing every week. You don't know what they're going to have up their sleeve. So they're going to come bring their game just like we're going to bring ours.
Yep.
That's how it happened.
So that's all I got.
So what about you, Mr. Crusher? What's your final thoughts on this Falcons game? What was I guess you can say, what was the good part you seen from them, and then what was the worst stuff, and what do you think mainly caused us to lose this,
The good thing about it is I see hope in Trevor Siemian. I see him, if we could have a proficient offense and some, symbiotic relationships between receiver and quarterback, Trevor put the ball where it was supposed to be. I seen faith in him and some poise and some collective foundation of a good offense, serviceable offense. The bad is everything else pretty much. I think we had a couple of maybe 5 or 7, maybe 5 to 8 minutes of gameplay today. There was a complete synchronicity of complementary football. Every other thing was shit. I mean, when our defense was playing good, our offense wasn't playing good. Same, vice versa. Oh, that's another good thing. Brian Johnson got us a kicker,
Yep. He can
52
kick.
yarder. I think he's proven.
I mean, the good stuff to me, like the good stuff, like you hit one of them for me right there, Trevor. Like I said, I think everybody needs to stop hating on him. He did good
yeah, they
today.
need to stop it.
It wasn't his fault. So I like Trevor improving. Another thing that I did like though was the was the comeback, and that shows you right there that that's what you gotta love about the Saints. You might be down 20 points in the fourth quarter, but you know damn well we got a good shot at coming back. Just because we don't give up. We're not a team that says, "Oh, we're down by 20 in the fourth quarter, we're done." We're gonna come back. We're gonna try to put our hardest to come back and fight, and that's what we did today. And we just couldn't pull it off on the defensive side. But to be honest with everybody, if everybody would have came to play the game and actually caught the ball when they needed to, when it was right in their hands, we probably wouldn't have been in that situation because we would have been on their side of the field almost every time.
Yeah, field position was a big thing, and we kept having to do what we could do to keep up with what they was putting on the field. Russell Gage was really was having his way most of the time. Cordell Patterson, which I mean, I knew that coming in that he was who he was. Kyle Pitts didn't, Kyle Pitts I think is averaging maybe 21 yards a catch. So it doesn't matter if you get 3 or 4 catches. It doesn't matter. You averaging that. You can catch it 1 or 2 times and you're making a difference out the game. So, I mean, I'm almost apathetic. I have to really sit down with this one though, Hood, because I'm almost apathetic. I'm almost kind of indifferent right now because really just upset, man. Really just disappointed in what my team does. I think last night we was talking about how I don't even want to predict the score no more. I don't want to prognosticate anymore. I don't want to think what key points is, what key factors are, and all. I don't even, because sometimes it doesn't even make a difference. This year, it does not make a difference because once we fix this problem, another problem comes up. Something else happens. I'm trying to be positive with Adam Troutman. I really am. Honest to God, I really am. Don't see a nasty streak inside of him like I want. I know I gotta give him time to develop. 3rd round pick, get all that. Don't see nastiness in him though. So I just need to sit on this one. That defensive call at the end of the game was atrocious. I don't know what we was thinking about having that single high with Paulson, 1-on-1 on the island with him like that. Don't know what Paulson was thinking. Don't know why he didn't respect Cordell Patterson's, verticality and his speed, especially running a vert route like that. So I mean, it's like I want to smile, bro, because there was a lot of parity in the league today. At least everybody else lost, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of them teams that should have won lost.
I don't like to commiserate with others. I'm usually the one to stay to itself in the first place. I don't like to be like, well, they lost, so I guess it's okay, or they lost, so no. I'd rather us win no matter what. But you did see a lot of teams get beat today, so it is what it is, bro. But I'll tell you what, this game will hunt us. The New York game will hunt us. Games we're supposed to win, we're not winning this year, they will hunt us. We have to take a long, deep look at us. We are 1-2 in conference play. It's been a long time since we got to week 9, week 10, and was on the outside looking in of a division title. Yep. And that's what we are right now. Look how a year turns everything around. Week 9, we was killing Tampa Bay. Sunday night game, everything was lovely, jovial. Birds was chirping. Not this year. Not this week 9.
Nope.
Well,
and then
and let me say this. Let me say this right here. And TT Crusher, you do bring up a point because you might as well say this week 9 slate of games we just witnessed, including ours. This was like a statement game. This was like an upset.
Could have been. It could have been. because I think we've all gained enough respect for the league and our opponents this year to say we don't take people lightly. We don't sleep on no opponents, no matter their record. We don't disrespect our enemy. We know our enemy. You know, I think we gained enough of that humility and respect. You know, through what we're going through right now to not slip like that. So, but we haven't obviously. Obviously, we haven't had enough. We haven't lost enough. So
Nope.
Definitely. Hey, but I don't know if y'all seen it like I did. The thing that I was confused about is that our run defense is so legit and so good with the front seven, especially with just the front four. You can stop a run. I wonder why we didn't run a lot of defense like we did against the Tampa Bay, where you keep more people on the field to stop the pass because they got too many good weapons on the field, like for passing. So Matt Ryan was the only way to beat us was over the top. Why didn't you play more coverage and just blitz or just brush the four and keep more coverage? That's the only thing I didn't see today. I was like, what's up with this?
because I think Dennis Allen had enough belief to what our pass coverage was without getting too exotic or bracketing this guy and that guy. I think what we've seen all year is that they had some weapons. Yeah, they got a couple of weapons. Via Kyle Pitts, Cordell Patterson. They've been pretty productive on a bad team all season long. But I think that we had the guys that we had confidence in to cover them. That's what I think. And when you come out and you have scripted, dude, when you come out and you got a new quarterback and you have these scripted plays, those scripted plays mean everything to the beginning of their confidence, to the beginning of the chemistry, of the longevity, of the consistency, the sustainability of drives. And when you have these scripted plays that go exactly how you want them to go, and you make the progressions exactly how you want to make the progressions, and you make the reads that you think you should make,
What?
and you get the ball, place the ball where you should place the ball, and the wide receivers simply are dropping the pass no matter what.
Yep.
Your play calling changes. Your play calling changes. The way you approach the game changes. You're not as confident going down the field. You're doing everything you can. We ran the ball pretty effectively in the first half, but we at that point in time, I think we just was behind an 8 ball that we was trying to chase like a fiend trying to chase a high for the rest of the game because we could not get back to where we was. We could not have consistency to save our lives. Coming out late in the third, in the fourth, early in the fourth, I think is when you seen a defense playing. I got you. A defense playing, complementary football with an offense. But when you
Mm-hmm.
get them scripted plays coming out, that's getting drop passes, when everything else is going to plan, as far as we're having a new quarterback and they just drop passes, you don't know what else to do. So
Yeah, I agree with you saying, Crusher. Alan said he'll be back, but I cover him with our new guy that just came in, and
what's up, ice cream man? It's the
yeah,
ice cream man.
yep,
Mr. Ice Cream Man.
yep.
Y'all like harmony?
Hey, that's the ice cream man with the plane.
What's good, Ice Cream? What you thinking, homie? Who that to you?
Ice cream, you there? I guess he popped his face in.
Uh,
Can y'all hear me?
yeah,
Yeah,
I hear you now.
we can hear you
Somebody can hear
now.
me? All right, all right.
All right, yeah, we can hear you.
Oh man, you talk about a game, man.
What you say, bro?
You know, it's just like I said on my channel, man. But I said it a little bit more extreme. But I was angry. But I wasn't as mad that I was when we was getting blown out, or I felt like we was getting blown out. But when we showed heart, I was able to calm down a bit. But I still said a few things that I kind of feel like, man, these receivers is like almost like high school receivers, man. At times,
you
bro,
say?
it's like they don't have the technique to come out here and compete with these guys, man. Like that's what it feels like, man. I just don't know. But we only play like this against people who we should beat, and that's the sad thing.
And then we'll go out and then we'll go out to Nashville next week and have 17 points on the board come the second quarter.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they wonder why mental illness is so rampant in Louisiana.
Man, look here.
Man,
Do they? I'm
sad,
just
man.
checking.
It's
I'm
like-
just
that's why-
checking. Do they give out lithium at the games now in the Superdome? Do they give out lithium or mood stabilizers?
No.
Not yet. Not yet.
But they need to give out heart pills. I tell you that.
Heart pills, brain pills,
Give out
sleeping
blood
pills,
pressure
and
pills.
everything else.
mood stabilizers.
Hey, you name
Nah,
it.
God forgive me. God forgive me. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. But
Oh, I know.
I can't wait to hear New Orleans Saints in conjunction with SSRIs present to you the game ball. Let me stop. Have you been sleeping well?
Jesus Christ.
Welcome, Saints 01 to the podcast, man.
Saints 01, what's good with you? Who that to everybody, man?
Hey, who that to you guys? What's going on?
What's going on, bruh?
Are you talking into a fan?
Not much, man. Just chilling.
You
Are
sound
you
like
talking-
an alien. You sound like an alien.
You sound like Kane when he said, if I don't win the title, I will set myself on
No.
fire.
No. You know the Medea movie? I know the Medea funeral home.
Yeah.
You don't remember the uncle in the wheelchair, the one that smoked?
That's me, boy.
Yeah. That's what he sounds like. That's what he sounds like right now.
Yeah, dude. You sound like a truth
Sound like
commercial.
Dre already woke
Hey,
up.
let me go out
From
and
the
call
sleep.
back in, bro. I'm on my iPad.
Aight. Let me call back in.
And I will set myself on fire. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Just a terrible game all the way around.
Yes, indeed. I'm surprised they didn't lag.
So
The only thing is that I can see positive out of everything. The two things. Number one, like we said earlier, Trevor, he's improving. He looks solid. He looks like he can do his thing.
you
and
know what
number-
disheartens me? You know what pisses me off, bro? If you somebody like Trevor Siemian and you starting a game for a new team and you have people in that fan base as toxic as you doing everything you're supposed to do, you know, plays are being called and you doing everything you're supposed to do and you literally are you still have fans that want to talk crap about you. It's so disheartening, bro. It's got to be. I mean, I know you probably don't even listen to, all of that. It's, life is just bigger than that for him. But that, for me, on the outside looking in, that's so terrible. That's so terrible.
It is. But the second thing that I can say that was positive is that, and that you got to look to and have a little hope is, we almost made a big ass comeback in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
With Trevor Siemian and the receivers that couldn't catch shit in the first half.
Couldn't
Yeah.
And we almost made a comeback.
catch a nose
Just-
Yeah.
bleed, man.
They
And like I
couldn't-
said,
Those
what do you think would happen?
receivers,
Just, oh my god.
those receivers couldn't catch a titty on Pornhub.
Hell, they couldn't even catch the COVID, bro. I mean, it's ridiculous.
It was. And I told everybody, what do you think would have happened if they would have caught everything in the first half like they were supposed to? We would have never been in a comeback. But just to see us make a comeback with
Yeah.
Trevor Siemian at quarterback and no receivers not catching nothing the whole game, that shows you something right there that, like, yo, moving forward, we need to make sure we don't make those mistakes in the beginning of the game to where, we can easily win the game. We could have easily won that. We just made
Yeah, we
stupid
did.
mistakes. One of the other stuff that was stupid too was some of the penalties that I watched the ref call was so dumb. Like we finally got a good momentum in the second half with that deep run with Kamara all the way down the sideline, and they call it back off with the dumbest holding call I've ever seen. I was
Yeah,
like,
I call it dumb, but I gotta tell you how it is, Hoodie. I gotta call you on it, bro. When we get penalties, bro, no matter if we see them as small as minuscule as they might seem, if they gonna call it, they gonna call it. They called it today. They did. I cannot be mad at those calls because
Yeah.
what exposes and inflames the penalty more is when you have a struggling offense. Is when you have an offense that's not really moving along as it's supposed to, and you have these holding calls. Of course, the referees are looking at that because they have no reason not to. Your offensive line and your tight ends haven't been blocking it well in the first place. So when they do hold, no matter how bad it is, of course they're gonna look at that and gonna call that because they're not doing what they're supposed to do in the first place. Now, when you have an efficient line and you have efficient blocking and you have an efficient offense, that disguises the penalties. That disguises a lot of the flaws. But those things are going to stand out like, pink in a cemetery because you literally, you looking at an offense that is struggling and you're like, okay, well, and then you see the replay and you definitely see Troutman holding. You definitely see some of these plays getting called back, and they getting called for a reason. So I mean, I can't
yeah,
even be. But no matter what, it is a crippling and demoralizing penalty because you are getting some off.
yeah.
That collective brain is getting dopamine at this time, and you are still, you know.
I,
It's getting called back. So
I think what just pisses me off the most about those is just that you see the offense is struggling, like because just people ain't catching and shit, But we doing good on the run game. But then when we finally get something good, like something big, 50 yards, they always got to call some type of shit that doesn't really make sense at all. It's like when you finally get your momentum, you think like, okay, that's gonna give us
yeah,
the momentum. We're gonna score this drive. We're gonna finally score. Oh no, that was a holding call, and then we got to punt it because we
yeah,
dumped some. I don't know if you noticed. Anytime it would be like second down and something or first down and something, and we get a big ass 30, 40, 50, 60, you can name it, big ass game, they call a stupid flag. Sean Payton goes with two dumb plays after, and then we punt it. It's like he's so pissed off and aggravated with the dumb call that wasn't really a call
yeah,
that should have been called. He gets frustrated and he's like, okay, you know what, fuck you, I'm gonna just throw a screen and fuck it, we're gonna punt it. I'll try next
yeah.
time.
He definitely gets flustered, and he's definitely. I've seen that a couple times this year. Just getting discombobulated, disoriented, out of the flow of his play calling, and make some bad plays. Do some bad things. Overall, I think he did have an average. I think he did call a pretty good game. I didn't like the 2-point conversion play. I liked the decision. I didn't like the play. But overall, I think it. Overall, if you ask me, Chad Towner, why did we lose this game today? Because our wide receivers are equivalent to, T-Rex, to fucking dinosaurs with no arms, just running down the field, just hoping and wishing and praying that they had any type of extremity to reach out and grab a ball. That's why we lost the game today. We don't have
Anti-gravity hands.
Yes, that's
Because
why
them
we
bitches
lost.
was falling.
Yep.
Falling.
So, Mr. Trevor over here.
Trevor, hold
Uh,
on, hold on. Who is Trevor? Hold on. Okay. What kind of podcast is this? what
What you mean?
kind of stream is this? Look, dude, Trevor Seaman. Who is that? Don't know that.
Oh, that's
Don't know who
the
that
last
is.
saint.
that's the Saints quarterback, man. Trevor Simeon. He's on my live podcast.
So
What
you
up, Trevor
telling me?
Simeon?
So you live? No. So you telling me your career has went downhill after the game today, and you have officially became a porn star? Is that what you're saying?
No, I missed the eye.
I mean, you already got the look with that mullet, boy.
I think you got
Bro.
I think you got an eye between
Yeah.
Eston. Anyways,
You need
'cause
to
who really
respect.
cares? Nobody really cares. Anyways,
Dude, your name is Trevor Seaman, and we not supposed to care. Come on, really?
Yeah, I really care, bro. Why didn't you run more? Like Taysom Hill, why didn't you run, boy? Run. Damn,
Yeah.
why a lot of shit this game? Why a lot of shit? Why the wide receivers didn't catch the ball? Why didn't Paulson Adebo put his pride away and cover that man?
My boy Paulson Adebo, man, he did not shine today, boy.
He did not.
Shine.
Paulson Adebo will almost decline in 29. Whatever.
Nah, don't be saying that, boy.
Nah, Paulson Adebo a whole rookie. Of course, bad things gonna happen to him.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
man.
I get it. I put that on Dennis Allen more than anybody because that was a stupid defensive play to dial up.
Hey, Crusher, Ice Cream Man, Trevor, and Saints 1. We got a special guest that just joined, and I think everybody in the chat's gonna love this person, and we all gonna love this voice to hear. Bring on the council, Miss Tess.
Tessa!
Hey, Miss Tess.
Tessie, baby.
Miss
Hey,
Tess, Miss
gentlemen.
Tess. There you are.
Oh, who's that?
What's up,
Put the
Tessie?
volume up. I'm gonna put the volume up for we
Hey,
can hear you a little
gentlemen.
bit better.
What's up, boo? Who that?
What's good? What's going on?
We can hear you, Miss Tess. Hey, Miss
Go
Tess, you
ahead and
there?
talk your shit.
You can hear me okay?
Yep, we can hear you.
Garden fresh salad, drizzled with our signature Italian dressing, or 4 homemade soups.
Hello.
I can hear all these commercials though.
Tessa,
Just trying to
you
get things straight. I gotta turn down the volume on the main broadcast.
Are you good?
we hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. We'll hear you talking, then we don't hear you.
Somebody say something.
Something.
Hey, can you hear us?
Something.
Say something. Something.
Hey, what type of
Hey,
internet do
Miss
you have?
Tess. We can hear her. I can hear her. I don't think she can hear us talking to her.
Are you on mute?
Oh, she just left. She'll have to probably join back in. Everybody else in here.
Like I have because my phone will not charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine on 3%.
Oh, yours
What
on
are they
3%.
T-Mobile, they trash.
Here we go. Here we go. Let's bring it back. Miss Tess? Miss Tess, Miss Tess.
Testing.
Oh, my bad. Maybe she's not responding because we got to talk to her. Excuse me, the counselor? Are you there? Miss Tess, Miss Tess.
I'm connected, but I can't hear you, Hoodie.
We can hear you. We can hear you, Tess.
Can you hear anybody else besides Hoodie?
I don't
Yeah,
think
that
she can
shit's
hear
fucked
us.
up.
Yeah. Because I can hear her when she talks, which is a little weird. Yeah, I can hear you, Saints 1.
Alright, just make sure you can hear me. Hey, do I sound alright or what?
I mean, you
sound like
sound a
you
little
going
bit better. You sound a little bit better.
Cat, bro, I swear to God, dude, I'm gonna throw this thing out the window, guys.
Sound like you got a radio check, Mike.
Hey, Hoodie, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Tess,
Okay,
can
must
you
be
hear?
My Bluetooth must have died. How you doing, gentlemen and women up there?
Doing good.
We good?
Tess, what's up? Who that?
So I definitely have some questions about this game, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want your feedback. Everybody's
Gotcha.
feedback.
We
So
got you.
All right.
we shut them down and we sack Matty Ice to get the ball back. And we kind of realized that might be a little bit too much, a little too damn late, but 3 and out at least, right? So we get the ball back with like 2 minutes and 59 seconds on the clock, and we get it back on the 32. And Harris yaks out to their 43 or their 42 yard line, something like that. Now we got a minute 46 left in the game. Actually, 2:46 left in the game. Trevor gets a good pass off to Kenny Stills, and now we're knocking on their door at their 22. AK runs it. He gets 2 yards. Then it's the 2-minute warning. So we're on their 10. Trevor throws it to Harris yet again, and we get down to their 10. Ingram gets 2. There's 1:04 left on the clock. From their 8, Trevor passes to Kenny for the touchdown, and we're up on them. Okay,
Right.
and then we go for 2. But that's not my only question.
Exactly.
Our coaches left it up to the defense to lock down the rest of the game when our secondary had gotten torched, and our linebacking core has previously let Matt Ryan's old ass grandpa legs leak out on us.
Well, look, I have no objection to the defense coming into the fourth quarter because the defense held it down versus the Seahawks and versus the previous team.
But we
I mean,
can't
they
expect
showed up
them
in the
to-
fourth.
But we can't expect them to do that every game. Our secondary got torched today.
Yeah,
Torched.
they did.
Sure, we can. If our defense is supposed to be top 5, we got to expect a lot out of them. I mean, didn't Cam Jordan have 2 back-to-back sacks? Or did I miss that?
So.
Yeah. So, and I mean, look, the secondary, okay, if Paulson Adebo didn't miss his assignment up, I'm pretty sure that game would have been dead. Because outside of that, all the other wide receivers were locked down, and Cam Jordan was hunting for Matt Ryan. Because Cam Jordan was like 2 seconds off from spearing Matt Ryan.
Okay, I hear you on that point. But Matt Ryan, since we were pretty much locking down their run game, Matt Ryan's going to try to pass. That involves our secondary. If you can't get to him behind his O-line, which played pretty damn well today, actually.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
Yep.
Then Matt's going to pass the ball, and that puts our secondary in the crosshairs. And we have we had 4 members of our secondary that screwed up today. 4.
Mm-hmm.
My bigger point is, why are we passing the ball when we got that ball back? When we could have just eaten up the clock with 3.5-yard runs or short yard dump offs, just dinking and dunking until we sealed the deal in the end zone. Why?
My thing with that is, and I'll let somebody else come after me. On average, it seemed like Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara were only getting 2 or 3 yards a pop. Before a defensive line would have just came out of nowhere and shut that down. And I mean,
go ahead.
And I mean, it's not like Trevor Siemian was doing bad at all. He was hitting his throws. Just the wide receivers weren't catching the passes as we discussed it all day long.
Well, that's true. But I mean, short yard dump offs? Come on.
Well, I'm honestly, personally, for me, I didn't see enough sustainability in our drives. I didn't have enough confidence in our offense to play around all pussyfoot with trying to get into the end zone. I think we should have took advantage of getting points on the board, no matter what time we would have left on the clock, no matter what was going on, because we were struggling offensively. So I don't really have no quarrels with it at all. I think and I don't have any quarrels with us trying to close the game out with our defense, like we kind of been our signature move all game. I mean, all year is our defensive, gaming and drives. It was the single high look that we gave them with Paulson Adebo being on the island with Patterson.
That was crazy.
That was the whole game. That pretty much was we had overcame everything. All of our woes we had overcame to get the lead. We did everything. We did everything we've done almost all year, except Dennis Allen, which is very uncharacteristic. He made a bad which he hasn't been doing all year at all. Very uncharacteristic. Made a bad play call at the end of the game.
Yeah, it just seems like our coaches and some of our players didn't come into this game with their heads screwed on straight
at all.
And then
I mean, Marshawn Lattimore looked dead.
Yeah,
we know Marshawn.
He plays up and down.
Hey, also too, y'all. I don't know if y'all seen my little thumbnail I put on there for the title, and it says it got that picture of the Butterfinger, and it says sponsored. I thought this game
Yeah,
was sponsored by Butterfingers today with the
I
way the
did,
receivers were
yeah,
playing.
Hoodie.
That's
yeah,
what I thought we were sponsoring today. They're like the New Orleans Saints sponsored today, Butterfingers.
yeah. And if my
Hmm.
team and if my team keeps playing with my mental, then this podcast is gonna be sponsored by Balta for the rest of the year because I can't keep doing this.
Then
You,
also
I
you
can't,
guys,
too.
you
I
know
can't
what's
keep doing
funny?
this.
You know what's funny about this Falcons loss? It's like a tradition. Every other year, we lose to a Falcons team we're supposed to beat. They blow us out, and then we go on this run until we meet them back again and blow them out.
Well, guess what? Stop
Could
that.
be. For real,
You know,
Tim. I feel you, boo. For
And
real.
then
Let's
You
another
got
thing.
background. Got somebody in the background.
Yeah, there's some noise going on in the background somewhere.
Oh,
is that me?
you're all right, Miss Tess.
If you're listening to the main broadcast instead of listening to the Melon app broadcast, you need to turn your volume down on the main broadcast and listen to the Melon cast.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was gonna say, then I know this is crazy. Sean takes that time out. All right. It was literally the last option we had other than a pump block to ice the kicker. And yes, I realized that we're probably not going to ice coup, but it was literally our last option. What was it timeout for?
Don't know.
Good question.
Hey, Alan.
Yeah.
I
Hey, Alan.
Yes, sir.
Notice,
don't know.
notice how Miss Tess broke it down for us. She went old school on us. She said literally. She said it. And she said it too.
It was only for
She
emphasis,
went old
really.
school with us. She went to school with us.
No, it was only for emphasis, Jerry. I wasn't breaking down anything, but I appreciate it. But anyway, I'm going to end with this. We're 1-2 in
problem.
conference play. We
Yeah.
could have been at the top of the NFC right now. This game was that important.
Yeah, we could have been second seed, right? Because the Packers lost.
I agree
Yep.
with you.
Yeah. And when we meet up with Tampa Bay, everybody says, "Oh, you know we're going to beat Tampa again." Check that, miss me with that shit, because I'll tell you, they have an easy, soft schedule the rest of the season. We still
Yeah.
have some tough
Yes, they do.
games. We may be beat up and knocked around by the time we see them again.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you know something, Miss Tess? I'm glad you hopped on here to say that, because I was stating that earlier about to Allen and CT Crusher and who that Davis before he started watching Sunday Night Football. I addressed this, and I'm glad that you're on here so I can address it to you.
Okay.
These teams, I mean, notice these teams that we just faced the last few weeks. And you can't take these teams that we face every week lightly. We can't just say, "Oh, we're gonna beat this team or we're gonna beat that team because we better than them." I said, no, they're gonna bring their A game just like the Saints gonna bring theirs.
Yeah, you can't underestimate your opponents. You just can't.
Take the Panthers for example in week 2. Well, that's one of them. Take the Giants in week 4, same thing, and take the Falcons in week 9. What we just witnessed today, same thing.
Yeah, but I
take these things lightly because we don't know what these teams are going to do when we face them.
yeah, I do think those are actually separate incidents. I mean, there's a different reason for each one. The Giants, I don't understand why we didn't win that game. That was our dome coming. We should have run through them like a buzzsaw, and I predicted that. That's why I see, guys. This is why I don't predict football scores.
And
Oh, man.
I'm with you, Mr. Tess. I made up my mind. I'm gonna just stop making predictions because somebody gonna say, "Well, what? Well, Jerry, why? You said the Saints gonna win by 2 touchdowns? What happened?" I said, "Shit changed."
Maybe if it was
Should
Taysom, we
change.
would have won by 2 touchdowns because he would have ran at it.
I'm just going from now on. I'm just going to predict what I see.
Yeah. And then also
That's
too,
it.
now the
I ain't
Panthers,
making no
Jane,
more predictions. No.
I get you. That's why I always say my crystal ball is broken. It's not. It's like I'm jinxing the team when I try to predict a score. So I'm just not going to do it anymore.
Yeah.
And the Panthers game, that was an anomaly, man. We were so out, so many coaches, and we had COVID. We'd been on the road. We hadn't been home. I mean, there was just a lot. We had a lot of injuries. Our O-line was not there, you know. So
I mean,
the Panthers, I believe we can beat again. Yes, CMC is back, but by the time we see them at the end of the season, CMC might be out again. Who knows?
yep. And by the time the Panthers will already be eliminated for playoff contention anyway because they lost earlier to somebody earlier today.
New England.
New England.
Yeah, New England
Patriots.
smacked them
Lost to the
around.
Patriots earlier, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was with CMC back, right?
yep.
He was back on the field today, right?
I think he was limited in his snaps. But
Yeah,
I think he was on
McCaffrey
there.
was there.
I think
He was there.
That would make sense. That would make sense if he was at limited snaps then. But we'll see
Yeah.
how the rest of the season goes. Look, guys, I came into this season with no expectations. You've heard me say that before. If we get to 8-9 or 9-8 with the mess of a team we have right now, with some good pieces here and there.
It ain't gonna be like that, Tess.
Oh no.
No. Listen to me. Hear me out. If we get there to 8-9 or 9-8, I'm happy because that means we still have at least half a team that's doing what they're supposed to be doing, or a little bit more. And we always have Sean Payton, and we've got Dennis Allen, who's matured a lot under Sean Payton. You know, so that's all I got to say. Thanks for having me. Thanks for listening to me. And who dat?
Love
Who
you,
that to you, Miss Tess? Love you, Miss Tess. All right, so we got Mr. Jerry and the Last Saints still. We lost Mr. Chris. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if his phone died or whatever.
Yeah, I left out of here, but I came back in. I just had to take care of something, but I'm still here.
Yep, you
Look,
good.
guys.
You good.
I just want to say this right quick. I know everybody's on the Trevor Siemian, but man, I'm putting my faith and trust and hope in Taysom Hill. Like Sean Payton, start this man instead. I know Jerry been going after me since the preseason. Totally eviscerated me. Boy, when Taysom Hill put his head down in shame after Jameis Winston went off, I was like, oh my God.
Oh, Jesus.
I was like, come on. For real. But look, man, you know what, man? Look, I like Trevor Siemian's play. Only thing I don't like about him is the fact that he won't rush down the field. I know people say that he's not a mobile. Well, I mean, anybody can be a mobile quarterback, but he's a pure pocket passer. But I mean, come on. I mean, there's times where, you know, if Taysom Hill was in that pocket, because you know Taysom Hill look at only 3 reads, and if he don't see nothing, he's gonna like run down the field. I mean, Taysom gashed the Falcons last season twice, absolutely obliterated them. And if there's one thing I don't want, is I don't want Trevor Siemian playing this stretch of games down, you know, until we finish our 17 season games, and it's just wasting opportunities. Like, you know, these wide receivers are suspect. You got Kevin White off of the COVID thing, and you got these guys who are not catching balls, man. And they only showed up in the fourth quarter. I mean, the whole offense showed up in the fourth quarter. Imagine what could have happened in the third quarter if you got a guy just taking the ball and running down the field. You know what I'm saying? Because we got hard games. We got the Titans. We got the Bills. Don't sleep on the Jets because they do play randomly and they do play hard. And then we got these division games. And I know people were saying Falcons are trash. And that is true. Falcons are a garbage-ass team. But they are our rivals. You know? And they always play us hard. They did.
Yep. Yeah. But also to look at it to where, like you said, you kind of hoping that Taysom will start because of some of the, like you said, run out of the pocket. To be honest, I'd rather have Trevor. Like I said, he didn't do nothing wrong. And the reason why I'd rather Trevor, too, is because you don't have barely no weapons as it is to rely on. But you know you can rely on Taysom as a weapon. And you know, soon as he goes to quarterback, they got to change up the game plans and everything. Plus, if he does all that running, and he's, you know him, he ain't a a quarterback that's just gonna, slide, run out of bounds. He's gonna get trucked. Somebody's gonna pop him or whatever. And what if we lose him to injury? Now you got no weapon for a tight end, fullback, receiver to put him at and line him up all over the place. You won't have him anymore.
With him because he got injured and I don't know if he was like wide receiver or tight end, but he got injured that role too. So it's a 50-50 toss up in what position he plays. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he should have never got hurt. But to be honest, he should have never got hurt in the Washington game. That was just a dirty hit by that player.
Right.
So,
and if anything, they need to give him more snaps as a quarterback too.
Yeah, like what they did with Drew Brees. Yeah, I don't mind them splitting snaps and stuff like that, But I'd rather Trevor in most of the plays, and I don't mind them putting Taysom in like they did with Winston against the Giants, where they kept taking him out, putting him in and literally just pounding the ball, running it. You can do that all day long if you want to, because then eventually one defense is going to pile out the whole front thinking you're about to do that run play, and there's going to be a pass wide open for Taysom Hill to go to. But don't take him out for Trevor, and put him in literally full time and just say, Trevor, you need to hit the bench because now you just lost an extra weapon on the field.
Right, because the problem. Now I won't say a problem, but what was that game where Taysom Hill got concussed?
The Washington football team.
Okay, so if you started to notice, the snaps were getting more. Taysom Hill was starting to get heavily more quarterback snaps. It looked like it was going to a point where it was about to be like a 50-50 split. Like it was just that wild. Like we need some confusion on offense. Until we can get these guys ready.
But to be honest, I don't even I think the reason why Taysom didn't get too many snaps today, this is his first game back from the concussion. Remember, he only had, I think, one full practice this week. All the other ones was limited. So Sean Payton was just being safe with it, and that's it. So I bet you next week against the Titans, you might see a lot more because he's going to be fully back, healthy. And you're seeing he can play again in the game. Because we was there watching it. I was there watching it live in the dome, and we was like, why Taysom not in on this 3rd down and 2 or whatever, we barely seen him out on the field. And I told him, I said, to be honest with you, he just came, back from the concussion. And he was like, true. He was like, maybe that's why they're not using him as much. And that's what we kind of came to a conclusion was, with all these injuries and all that's happening, we trying to find ways to win. And we're trying to rely on our defense, which is a championship defense. But like I said, you can't hold one team for long before somebody starts clicking. And that's what happened to us today. We held them to 10 points in the first half, and then we held them for a bunch of drives, but we just kept, not scoring, couldn't get nothing going. And then fourth quarter comes, there's the points that the team tried to hold them to. And that's we start making a comeback. They start holding them, and we take the lead. But then, at the end of the game, they just choked on that one play. And, like I said, I'm going to say it again like I said earlier. Why are we running, man-to-man defense sometimes and leaving a rookie by himself when you should be doing pass coverage like we did against the damn Bucks? Because our front 7 is so good, you can stop a run with the front 4 by itself. You can stop it. Right. So why are we not putting more coverage out on the field, knowing that the only way Matt Ryan's going to beat us is over the top? Because Patterson, he's a good player, but he's a receiver. They know him more as a receiver than a running back. And that's all they did was act like you were going to hand it off to him and run it up the middle. And a lot of the stuff that he killed us on was just on screen passes or the wheel routes. And that's what I was telling. Put more coverage on them and do that. And then you seen the whole first half and the whole game. Patterson was basically their top target. Why wasn't you double teaming him then? That was their best player.
Right.
Should have been more stuff. Yeah, it's just some of the stuff that makes sense to me. It was like, put the covers on the field, if that's where they're killing you, and see if they can kill you on the run now. But they couldn't. They only had 30-something rushing yards. So why didn't y'all just put the covers on the field and play what they were beating you with? But it seemed like they never cared about changing up the defense. It was just like, let's call the same shit over and over.
Right, and somebody tell Dennis Allen to stop putting C.J. Gardner-Johnson in man-to-man, because he's just getting his ass whooped in that. Just put him in coverage. For
Yeah,
real.
his man to man ain't that good. But
No.
to be honest with you, I haven't heard nothing yet about CJ Gardner-Johnson. Remember, he got carted off, so I wonder what his injury is.
He said his toe was hurting.
It was his toe.
Yeah, but they took him off, which was weird. So, because you need him, you know,
Yep.
you don't want PJ Williams in the at corner. You definitely don't want that.
No, we
And,
need him. We need him as a safety, like he was for the Bucks game, where literally he can eye the ball and just watch over the receivers for him. That's all we need him to.
Right, because we got the Titans game next week. We play over there. It's definitely good that Derrick Henry is out. You know what I'm saying? And they got wide receivers. They literally the Titans literally have a number 1 and a number 2 wide receiver. You know, when Julio Jones wasn't the number 1, when he had came, it was that other guy. I forgot his name.
AJ Brown.
Yeah, AJ Brown. You know, so we definitely got to get him right, because you know Julio is going to be covered up by Marshawn, and AJ Brown is probably going to be split between Bradley Roby and our rookie.
Yep. And then the only thing is about this team, which is crazy. How the hell do we lose to people that we shouldn't lose to, but the teams that are so damn good that we get bet against every time, we whoop the crap out of them? It just don't make no sense. It's like, you know, you're supposed to beat these bad teams, but you lose. But the good
Right.
teams that you're like, oh damn, I don't really think we can beat them. Like, yeah, we got a chance because, you know, we got Sean Payton and the defense, but they got a better team all around. They got a better chance of winning, and then we beat the crap out of them. And it's so weird how you can beat these teams that are supposedly Super Bowl caliber teams that you're whooping, but you're letting people who's not even going to make the playoffs ruin your chance of making the playoffs. Because I think maybe we're overlooking them. I don't know what we're doing.
Right. But I think is what Atlanta has a fighting chance. They're definitely not being
Hey, you're breaking up real quick. Hey, you're breaking
That
up a little
sound like
bit.
you breaking up, Tyrese.
Okay, y'all hear me now?
Yep, we can.
Now we can.
Okay, good. All right, thank you. I was saying is that I think the Falcons have a fighting chance to get into the wild card. I don't think they're going to beat the Saints or the Bucks for the division, but they can slip in there. And, you know, people say we underestimate different teams. I'm sure the fan base don't underestimate. It's more likely the coaching staff that's doing that and the players.
Yeah.
Because you know your team is superior, even though the offense is weak. I mean, the wide receivers and the tight ends, they're a young group. You know, so it's like, how many years until they get better? Because Adam Troutman is looking soft. Jawan Johnston he's very inconsistent. Kenny Stills is pretty much Ted Ginn Jr. Kevin White, I don't know what's going on with him. He's kind of a lost cause. And Marquez Callaway, it seems like it's going to have to take for him. It seems like it's going to take into his 3rd or 4th year for him to finally get to his own. I think Traquan Smith is a waste of time. I can't wait till we cut him. And, you know, Deontay Harris seems like our best wide receiver right now. You know, his problem is that he's short. You know, no offense to them on that, but it's a height thing.
He is short,
but Taysom Hill was gunning on him for the throws. You know?
But you do got to give credit, though, like we said. I know how much we want to cut Traquan, but Traquan was the only one really catching the ball today. I don't think he really dropped barely none of them that was drawn his way. He was catching everything, which was good. So that's like one positive thing you can take from the game, especially with Traquan, you know, for him holding on to all the balls that were drawn to him compared to some other people. But like I tell everybody, I know they got a lot of people that hate on Trotman today and stuff like that. You pissed off. Yeah, he was dropping a lot of shit and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I told everybody he is. This is only his 2nd year with the Saints, and his 2nd year they moving him to being a blocking tight end more than him catching because Nick Vanette's not in. So he's taking a lot more snaps at, you know, doing different things and learning new things instead of focusing on what he got here for. And like I told everybody, George Kittle took, 3 to 4 years to develop? So
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know why they hating on Trotman so much. Like, I know it's frustrating because you lose to the Falcons and then you see this man dropping. But later in the game, like everybody said, he started picking up a little bit. But like I said, he started picking up literally late. So I mean, you can't just blame the whole thing on Trotman and say bench him. Like, yeah, it would have been nice to have Juwan Johnson on the field, but he was inactive and he was a healthy inactive, which was a little weird. I'm like, dude, he is probably one of the best ones on our team with the hands when you draw it his way, you
Right.
know?
Especially red zone. And you know what,
Yeah.
Hoodie? I think the main reason why a lot of people are upset with Troutman is like one of the main pitchers. I think a lot of people are feeling like we're wasting our 2017 roster's years, man. Like these guys got big contracts, and I think a lot of people's fears is that these guys are going to go, and our team is going to be average. You get what I'm saying? Because I mean, a lot of these players are getting good. This draft class we got with Pete Warner and Peyton Turner and guys like that. Those guys are going to get paid. Like I promise you that these guys are going to get paid. So I think a lot of people are worried about long-term consequences instead of the short-term like now. Because I know the fan base knows that we're in win mode. Like we're redrafting players, to boost our roster, but we're still in the competition,
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't know. Like I said, I don't know what our problem is. I don't know. Like I said, maybe they are underestimating everybody. Or is it just that maybe they just wasn't ready to play today? Because, like, I was watching the game live. Lattimore, out of all people that can knock somebody down, Lattimore was not looking like the Lattimore that we see.
Right. It did look like Lattimore was in different coverages, but maybe I'm wrong on that because I did see him covering other people or holding zones.
It was like the first play of the game, literally the first play of the game after we kicked it off to him. Matt Ryan first pass was like a 30-yard bomb to Kyle Pitts, and luckily Kyle Pitts missed, but Lattimore got beat on that play. I'm like, dude, this ain't the Lattimore that we normally like to see. I'm like, I hope he's not underestimating them because they don't have Calvin Ridley.
He probably did.
That's how he
was last season, getting beat by nobodies and locking down all of the top wide receivers. Like, absolutely insane.
Hey, y'all, hold it down for me real quick and keep a conversation going. I gotta be right back. I gotta go blow my nose. I've been having a little runny nose because of the damn cold weather and my allergy does not miss. So I'll be right back, y'all.
All right.
Yes, it's a change of this weather, man. It's crazy.
Dude, it's like going into the 40s. I don't think the people in the South are ready for this weather.
Well, yeah. Well, this is fall season, so and next thing you know, December gonna come quicker than you think, bruh. So, hey, you're gonna have some. Look. Somebody told me you're gonna have some cold mornings, and you're gonna have some warm afternoons, and cool evenings, and cool nights.
Damn.
Yeah. Tell me about it. That part right there.
I don't know if you remember. Why not that you do, but last year it was terrible.
Oh.
Everything was frozen, man. Like in Baton Rouge, the whole city was out of power. No, the whole city was out of power for like a few days. And like I had
remember the Baton Rouge winter mix, I think I remember.
Right.
Dude.
But my mom's apartment complex was out of power for a week. And outside, a week. So I had to move them in with me for a bit. But be that may, the temperature was like 15 degrees outside. And I go inside her apartment, it's like 35 degrees. And the carpet is normally soft and plush, but it's hard as concrete, man.
Man, because it was so freaking cold.
For real.
Yep.
Who you got?
Tyrese, I remember the last time it snowed down here in Gulfport, Mississippi, was 2017. I remember because it was like a Friday. That was after we played the Thursday night game when the Saints played the Falcons that night, and it
Yeah.
snowed around like 12:30 the next day, and I looked out my window and I'm like, man, where all this snow coming from? It don't normally snow down here in South Mississippi, never.
Of
And
all
it was
places.
and a couple asked me, does it ever snow down there on the south? I said, no, not much, not way down here. Probably up north of Mississippi, but not much down
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
I
it
am
snow in
back.
Louisiana like once every 7 years.
Yeah, hey Alan, while you went away, we was talking about the weather and stuff, and Tyrese was telling me about the winter mix they had in Baton Rouge. I think. Well, you said it was last year, Tyrese.
Yeah, last year, yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, and I was telling me it normally don't snow down here in South Mississippi too much, but the one I remember was December of 2017. That was the day after the Saints faced the Falcons in Atlanta. Because I remember it snowed like the next day because we thought we were gonna get a possible wintry mix outside, and it did start to by 12:30, 1 o'clock that day. So that was it.
Right, you ain't lying, dude. Oh shit, the Rams getting beat down right now, 14-3.
Yeah, I just saw that.
14-3, y'all. Let me look
Yep.
at
To
this
the
real quick.
Titans.
Yeah, and they got the ball too.
Damn.
We need
On
all
the-
the help we can get.
See,
Like, man, if we won this game, we would have been like at the top of the NFC.
You see, Allen and Tyrese. I said this is exactly what we were talking about earlier. It's like a statement. It's like a statement Sunday. I mean, I would just call it upset Sunday because my goodness, these teams that we thought they were going to beat these other teams, they just came up and stepped up and just played.
Yep.
Yep. I mean, look at the Vikings.
Just came out of nowhere.
They almost beat the Ravens today. Almost.
They did. They almost beat
Vikings
them.
went to overtime like 5 games this season.
Yeah,
I
saw they went to overtime.
I mean, you saw what happened to with the Broncos, huh? The Broncos beat the shit out of the Cowboys.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, God,
Cow bitches.
Hey, bro, look. My dad always say all the time, and they say the same thing in college football. Every week can change the season. Every week can change the season. I don't care if you have Thursday night football, a special Christmas Day NFL football, or Sunday football, or Sunday night football, Monday night football. Every week can change the season. To be honest with you. And that's the same in the same way in college football. The same thing. It'll change in a heartbeat.
Yep. The one that shot me though today too was the Jags and the Buffalo Bills. The Bills lost 9-6. Like, how do you only score 6 points? And you are supposedly favored to be the Super Bowl team to go this year, and then y'all are tied with us, 5-3. The Chiefs are favored to. I think they 5-4 now. So it's just like
so wide open.
Yeah, the AFC, and then to be honest with y'all, I know we lost today, but you remember how before we played this weekend, they said we are basically 5-2, and everybody else behind us are kind of like the wild card trying to sneak in, and they were like what? I think they were like all teams were like 3-3, 3-4, whatever it was. I think they were 3-4. Yeah. Everybody was 3-4. All those 3-4 teams lost today. The Vikings did. The Panthers did. So all these teams that were behind us with like 3-something or 4-something, they lost today too. So we still got like a 2 game ahead of those people that's trying to chase us for the wild card. So, like I said, at the end of the day, like everybody's saying, like we know the Bucs got an easy schedule, but you watching it every Sunday right now. It's any given Sunday a team can lose. So the Bucs can come out of a bye week and they might look so damn good again because they're coming off a bye week. Well, who's gonna tell us that they come out the bye week and they might get their butt whooped because they're not on their A game?
Yeah,
So
that's
I
true.
keep telling people you can't overjudge. You can't just go look at it and say like this. Let me pull it up right now. I'm gonna search it right now. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Watch this. I'm gonna search up the Bucks, and I'm gonna tell y'all their schedule, and we can all predict right now and say, oh, they should win this one. So look, they come out the bye week next weekend and they play the Washington football team. Hey, they can win. They should win that easily,
Oh,
right?
man.
They should beat the Washington football team. But guess what?
I don't know
But
about
who gave them
that one.
trouble? But who gave them trouble last year in the playoffs and almost lost to Henneken? The Bucks. Then you gotta look at it next. Then
Taylor
you look at the next
Heineken.
game, and then the next game after that, they go home and play against the Giants. But guess who beat us? The Giants. Guess who beat the Raiders today? The Giants. So who said they can't beat the Bucks?
My goodness.
And then they got the Colts. The Colts been on a roll like right now. Carson Wentz ain't really that bad of a quarterback that everybody think he is. He's doing good. They can lose to the Colts on the road. They got the Falcons. They should be able to beat the Falcons again like they did earlier this year. But guess what? The Falcons beat the Saints. But guess who beat the Buccaneers last weekend? The Saints. So anything can happen. And then guess who they play? Then they play the Bills. The Bills are a
That's gonna
Super
be
Bowl
tough.
pick team. That's gonna be a tough game for them.
That's gonna be tough. That's likely gonna be a loss right there when they play Buffalo.
Yep. And then they gotta play us after the Bills. And if we play our end game again and beat them again, and then they gotta play the Panthers twice, and then the Jets. Like I said, the Jets should be a team they should beat, right? But any given Sunday they could lose because they might overlook the Jets.
Yeah, man, you can't take that Jets team lightly because you saw y'all if y'all saw Thursday night football when they played the Colts, they almost started to make a comeback and gave the Colts a good game.
Yep.
Mike White.
Being 45-30. Yeah. So hey, like I was saying earlier, you can't take these teams lightly, man, because you never know what they're gonna have up their sleeve when you play.
I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, just listen to this though. Remember how we said last week? They said we should be able to handle our business against the Falcons, right? And then I said, then after that, we go on the road to the Tennessee with no Derrick Henry, so we should be able to beat them. Then you go to the Eagles, and I said we're gonna try to get our revenge games from last year. And I said, well, the Titans got no Derrick Henry right now. He's out for the season. But look what they're doing without him right now. They went in 21-3 before half. It's not even
Right.
halftime yet.
Trash man.
So, like I said,
Guys, I'm gonna step out. I'll get back, okay?
all right, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna
So-
step out. Yeah, I'm probably step out, but I might come back. If not, I'm just glad to be on here to chop it up with you, Alan, and if anybody else in the chat that want to hop in and give your thoughts on after today's game against the loss to the Falcons. I mean the league is in the chat. Y'all more than welcome to come on here and give y'all thoughts and opinion because the OG getting ready to clock out of here.
Yep, you good. But since everybody's basically hopping off and the round table is kind of ending, we've been on here for an hour and a half, giving us all our opinions and stuff like that. And I think Mr. Big Q, I think his show's still running. So if y'all want to, y'all can go hop over there. I'm not for sure. I gotta go check real quick. Yeah, he's still on there. So if y'all want to go hop in there and talk to Mr. Big Q's and stuff. So I'm gonna end it, early too. And everybody have your phones by your side tomorrow. It's at 4 o'clock p.m. tomorrow. OBJ will be on the waivers, and you're gonna see team maybe showing interest. So we're gonna keep our eyes on him. But the last thing I read so far on the rumors of him was supposedly he has interest in us and the 49ers. But like I said, that was coming from like the NBC Sports. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
We'll
We
keep
will
an eye-
see.
We'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. But like I said, with that being said, we're gonna end the podcast since everybody's stepping off.
Again, shout out to all the callers and shouts out to CT Crusher, Hoodie Davis, and Saints 01, Ice Cream Man 504,
Tess.
Last Saint, myself, Miss Tess, And shouts out to everybody in the chat. I mean, this has been a fun stream. Despite and I'm gonna close out with this, and I'm gonna have the last word, and then you have the last word, Alan. Sometimes you just gotta laugh. Sometimes you just gotta laugh it out and just have fun, despite whether the Saints win or lose. And we had it came down to the wire. We almost about to pull a victory, but we didn't. But just be thankful and just what I'm saying, just enjoy. Still supporting this team, through the good, the bad, the ugly, the wins, the loss, whatever you describe. I mean, we still in this thing together as a family. We are all still in this thing. We are still the Who Dat Nation. We're gonna continue to say Who Dat, whether we win or we lose. I mean, we just gonna make the best of it throughout the rest of the season. We're gonna be all right. It ain't nothing but love over here, and that's what we are. We love talking Saints football to everyone out there, no matter what Saints stream you go to. We just love to have fun and talk Saints football on a daily basis. That's all we do.
That's all we do on here. We come in here, we talk the facts with you, we tell everybody our opinion, and I just want to tell all my Saints fans and all these people in the chat, don't freak out. Because I was in Big Q's thing earlier, and I seen some people saying, start Taysom over Trevor, this and that, Trotman needs to go, all kind of shit. And some of the stuff I seen too was that the Saints, today was a joke. I have no hope for next weekend. Well, if you have no hope for them, have you been having hope all year? Because that's the question I got to ask people. That's when they say that. Have you been having hope all year, or have you just been hoping and just praying that we get a dub? Because me, I have hope in our team. I have hope in Sean Payton. And like I said, today this wasn't our day. Our receivers did not show up. And like I said, you can name a lot of excuses why we lost today on defense, all kind of stuff. But if you bring it back to the receivers in the first half, not catching nothing, especially when the ball is right in your hands, right on target, and you can catch that and be on their side of the field, that would have helped us a lot. We could have got a lot of field goals, if we couldn't get in the end zone. We could have got first downs and been on their side. So I got to tell everybody, you just got to have hope. And hopefully next game, our defense steps up like they do. Hopefully they'll look at this game and be like, damn, we need to clean ourselves up. We did not look like the team that we were. So hopefully next weekend we'll have Bradley Roby, Paulson, Debo, and Lattimore. Hopefully they'll play better defense this upcoming weekend, because they're going to have some good receivers in their hands, and Julio Jones and A.J. Brown. So we just got to see how those matchups are going to be.
That's right.
So with that being said, y'all, we're going to end the podcast on here. And let me play that little video, because I'm going to play it for all y'all Trevor Siemian haters right now. And also, if y'all think that Falcon loss is going to make me not have hope, y'all tripping.
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, hell to the no.
And with that being said, y'all, if y'all don't know, y'all will know. There's no YouTube without your boy Hoodie Jube, and there's no better way to end the podcast with the intro, y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, get ready for an entertainment explosion. Get ready for an avalanche of awesomeness. Get ready to go live with your boy. Here he is, Hoodie Jube. And make sure you hit the subscribe button for your chance to win tickets to a live New Orleans Saints football game.